Hey guys, back again. So now it's time to start with this project, Akita and Firebase, using Angular 9. So this current version, is Angular 8. So we are just going to move this to Angular 9. We shouldn't face any big issue with this. So I expect no big deals about this. You can see my version is 906 and the current version of this project is 813. Okay, just a little heads up there. So let's see how this works. Let's say in H post, something like that. This is a new H post. I'm using H. I'm going to start recording with H now. So I kind of like the browser. And since I don't have anything here, is faster. So let's hit submit. Let's open the DevTools, and we can see how this is retrieving the upload process, and we receive this post, which is where the file is or the post is located. So in fact, we can use that in order to redirect, but we're not going to do that now. So you can see we have this, check post, and we can just go to lorem ipsum and just update this. I still didn't add the redirections. That is just plain simple to do. So we will do that while we build this. So let's grab this paragraph. Okay. That sound was a truck. So if you heard that, don't. So let's choose a new file, or actually, let's cancel that and let's just submit this. Okay, and let's refresh. Okay, I will explain the little flash that happened here later. So as I explained in the preview, you would not need to worry about that later on with different designs. And let's just edit the file. So which one? This one, I think. Open, submit, and you can see the percent on which is updating. So we have the image deleted, which is the image that we have stored in Firebase. So we want to delete that. And you can see that this changed because I have implemented the self refresh while we update the image, but I forgot to add that using the other only these two, the text and the content, the title and the content. So that's why when we change the content or the title, it doesn't refresh. So we will see that later. And of course we can just come back here, let's say this one, and edit post, and we have the button here down there, delete, and we get redirected. So most of the things are working, and it's just matter of you can see that we don't have any error or whatsoever. So yeah, let's actually close this project. Okay, you can see that it says disconnected. Let's skip that one just in case. And I already have the Angular Akita here. It's just a plain simple Angular 9 scaffolding, the template that you receive or that you get when you just create a new application. Okay, so just use a ng-new Akita Firebase in order to give it a name, and that would be it. So in order to see that, let's say git bash here and ng-serve, although we will not need to use git bash in this case. Okay, let's just close that. So let's see cmd. So we are cd desktop, cd, I think it's Angular elements, no, Angular Akita Firebase. I think this is the one. Yep, cd Akita Firebase directory, and yep, this should be it. So CLS to clear the command, you know, all the crap that we had there. And let's say ng serve, just to serve this application. As I created that with a git bash, it doesn't have sorry a routing, so that was my bad. I forgot actually about that, but we will add routing as we used to do in this kind of tutorials. So yeah, this is compiling, so we're going to see what this looks like so far in the browser. So this shouldn't take that long, but we can actually start with this, open with code, just to see what we got. So source app, and you can see we only have the app component.html with all the things that they give you now in this template. So let's see where we are. Compiled successfully. So let's refresh this and let's close this. So you can see we have the usual page that you get now with the new CLI. So let's actually start with, sorry if I sound a little tired, I just changed my workout routine, and although it's kind of late, I feel when you change your workout, you usually start feeling a little tired after that. So this is what we're going to follow. So let me just move that, and yeah, but in this part, in this first part, what we're going to do is start adding the Datorama Akita. So let's say ng add. That's why we're going to use the command prompt here and not the git bash, because git bash doesn't allow us to use these symbols. So we use add Datorama Akita. So let's actually go first to Datorama Akita, GitHub Datorama Akita State Management, and this is the page. So you can see all the contributors and all that. So they have the docs site, and here you can see just click installation, and you can see add Datorama Akita. Let's okay, it's this one actually. Let's copy this one and actually just paste it in case I made a mistake there. Okay, ng add Datorama / Akita, and we hit enter. So this could take a little bit. So what we're going to do now is to, as I said, I was planning to record this earlier, but I had some things to do, so that's why I'm recording this late. It's already 3 p.m. So we're actually going to delete all this, and let's add a div. Let me just go to my other project and my app, not this one. Just give me a second, please. Okay, so I can just sorry, grab all this, and since we already know how to implement all this, we are just going to add it. We don't have routing so far, okay, but we're going to install it. Let's actually go to Angular routing just to get that. I don't want a AngularJS, Angular routing, Angular IO. I don't like actually how this thing is looking. What the hell? Fuck it. Let's go to Chrome. Angular navigation, I think it was. I just want to get this link. Let's just get that. And I'm just waiting for this to be installed. Set of Akita DevTools. Well, yeah, why not? Akita router store. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Well, this is kind of new, so let's see what we get. I'm just saying yes to everything, and we will work on top of this. So, entity service, and we will see how this works. So, as I said, I don't expect big troubles with this, but I don't know. Routing module. Let's get the routing module. So we generate the flat module in the app module directly. Let's close this one. And this is installing. So we need to wait for this. So this shouldn't take long, but I haven't seen. Okay, you can see that we got that. And we just say ng generate module inside the app routing on that directory. So we hit enter and we generate the routing for our project. Okay, so we have that. Now let's take a look at how this is looking, because not that, sorry. So on app, so where, okay, sorry, we don't have that yet. I was looking for something, but we don't have that yet. Let's say CLS. So let's go and say ng generate AF, and we're going to generate the posts. Okay, so we add the plural name with lowercase, so it will generate the model and everything else. So let's say ng gaf posts, and what type of service you want to use? Let's say default. So yep, ng serve, and we will get an error if we do that, but let's check the state. And I want to use all the defaults, okay, because I want to implement it just the way I have there. So I don't know if the Firebase service is going to add us some Firebase integrations, but right now we're just going to do everything by hand, and later, because there is also a Akita Firebase module that we can install in order to sync or Firebase instances or collections, but we are not going to do that. We're going to do it by hand, and you will see that is not that hard in order to create a basic functionality. So we have this, and we will need to generate, so far, let's generate the first not service, sorry, but the first, how can the component, okay, ng generate component. Let's call it main, just for us to have something and start implementing the routing. Or let's generate all those, in fact. ng generate component, the other one is post. Okay, let's wait for that and say ng generate the add post. So this should be it. Oh, sorry. ng generate component add post. So CLS, we clear that, and let's just add here. We will add what we always add. I think I should, in the next videos about Angular, just skip this part, because you know we always do this main dash routing in order to add the lazy loading. So I'm going to just copy this and paste it, and we need, sorry, to generate a main.module.ts, okay, in order to use that file. So I explained this in another video about lazy loading, so You just need to copy this, okay? If you want to learn more, just check I think it's the Firebase, Angular Firebase with RxJS, where I explain a little bit about this. But what we're doing is just grabbing the components, the routing that we are going to create inside this main routing, okay, and just we're going to pass this for the lazy loading routing in order to just load this component when we actually go there. So we have that. Let's go to add post and do the same. So add post dash routing that module .ts, and we generate a new module. Let's minimize that. Add post that module .ts. Okay, so let me just get that and paste it, and the only thing that is changing is the component that we are referencing. So let's save that and let's go to the module. And of course, here the problem is that you will need to instantiate or add the services, not services, sorry, the modules that you want to use inside this. For example, the common module is for the ng4, ngif, and all that. And if you want to do that in your component that is going to be lazy loaded, then you need to add it inside this module. That's why we are adding reactive forms, since this specific module or component is going to use the forms in order to submit to Firebase. It's just that. So we have one more, which is the post, and let's create a new file, post dash routing that module .ts. So I said, sorry guys, I'm a little tired today, so you know, post if I sound different, post that module .ts. So it's just the way it is when you change your workout. So let me just get my okie dokie. Okay, so you can see we're referencing the post component, which is, let me just go here to post component ts, and you can see is the class that we are referencing. It's just that, so don't worry too much about that. Just follow this, and if you want to learn more, just Google it or check my video about it in Angular RxJS, I think it was. I will leave you the link in the description, so don't worry too much about that. Now we have this. We already have the routing, but we don't have the routes. Okay. So let me just go to my routes, app routing module, and let's grab all this and let's paste it. Okay, so we use the import to grab the module, and this way it's going to fail if the module is not correctly set up, and it's going to fail before we serve the application. Okay, so let's save this and let's actually take a look at this. Then you serve, and let's see if we have a problem, which we could. Okay, I know which problem we are going to face now, so let me just, let's see. Let's see. Again, we install everything that Akita, Datorama Akita asked us, so I will take a look at those later. Maybe I'm getting confused a little bit about those because I haven't checked Akita in a while, so I'm not completely sure about that, so I will need to take a look. But I have a slight idea of what they are going to do now. But as I said, what did I do? I'm serving this, okay? Yeah, app component is listed in the declaration of blah 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 blah. So we have that. and it's trying to. Okay, I like this thing, and it's still building, compiled successfully, and it doesn't look successful to me. But the problem is that we have the app module.ts, and we have all these: the app component, the main component, the bus component, and the add post component. So I mean, not the app component, sorry, these ones. Let's delete those and let's delete this. So you can see we haven't done anything, and we already have the Akita Dev tools which are installed, the Akita Router Store. Even I think it was actually the same. Okay, we have a problem here. Okay, let's try to close that and let's say ng serve. Post component is declared here. So what exactly you want me to do there? Let's see, it's building. Okay, it doesn't let me scroll. Nice, like that. And it's over. Okay, I opened this because freaking Bing that didn't want me to. Okay, so what the hell? Didn't I delete that? Or should I just stop using this as my. Sorry, it's on app component and we already have this. Okay, I didn't save that. Sorry, that was my bad. I didn't save that. So let's go now here and you can see Akita works. And if we go to add post works. And if we go to post and let's say ID 12, post works. So everything is working, but we don't have what we're going to display here. We already have the Akita functionality installed, the service. So let's go and take a little look at this. So we have this state folder with the model, which we're not going to touch. So the partial, in case you don't know, the partial is going to mark everything as an optional, okay, as optional. So it's going to work better for us. So we have this query and the service itself that, remember guys, that we are not going to use another service unless we actually need to. Okay, so we're going to implement most of the things here, but just let me take a look at that because maybe I might not, I might implement another service. No, I actually did everything here. Okay, so yeah, you could add a new service and just import your service here. Say import my service and then just pass all the functionality you need inside this. So it's not a big deal, but what we're going to do now is just add all the Firebase functionality here. So we're going to add that and store it inside the state from here. Okay, so yeah, that is what we're going to do. It's not that big, it's not that messy, but it's going to make everything easier. But if you want to make everything or turn it into its own service, then you are you're fine to do it. You will just need to import that inside this because this is where we're going to handle our state. Okay, so far so good. And let me check. 24 minutes just installing and making everything work. So everything works, and just let me one more little thing, just show you the routes. Okay, and we have the add post for the add post module, which is the create function, and the post slash colon ID, which is taking the ID parameter. Just let me make this a little bigger so you can see. Okay, and let me just, well, let's do that. Okay, so for you to see the routes, if you want to copy those, okay, but this is mostly what we have been doing with Angular, and with Angular 9 it doesn't change. Okay, so let's return that and save everything in case we did any change. It's going to show me some errors. Okay, because I copied. Okay, just let me show you. And I'm going to move a little faster with this because all these implementations, we already done this with previous projects. So that's why I have a problem here, which is the add item, but we're going to handle that using or inside the app, that module or component, sorry. So we're going to use this add item in order to show and hide the create a new post, and there we will see how to handle the background also. But don't worry about this error in case you're copying this and rushing and say, yeah, I have an error, I don't know what the hell is going on. Don't worry about this. This is just a logical error. And if I do, let me just grab this, do this. So I just don't want you to be thrown off by that. If I do this and CLS and ngserve again, you will see that now we compile without errors. So again, don't freak out about this kind of errors. If I sometimes I'm going to move faster because some things are just the same things that we have done before, but you can see it compiled without any error because and now we can see they create a new post link that is going to redirect us to add post because I was checking for the add item, and since it was null, it was kind of false. But again, the compilation error was that there was nothing that matched that reference inside Angular. So I think that's it, guys. This was just the setup. The file is ready, the application is ready for us to start building on top of that. We already installed Datorama Akita. We're going to install later using the schematics in Firebase. So yeah, that's it for this video, and we will continue in the next one.